Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you guys are doing good and everyone's fine at their place. This is me, Sindhu Sinwar, and I have a brand new show just like always. On Mondays we have our educationists, our young entrepreneurs, our mentors with us. They share their stories, they tell us about what's good and what's bad happening these days, and they also make some insightful suggestions to the students of Greenwich University as well, so that they can actually build up and create more awareness when they come on their career choices. Just like this, every time we take different people. We take our seniors who have actually been experienced, been polished in this field for 20 years, 30 years. It's just the numbers. But when I talk about youngsters, somebody who can actually talk to the youngsters and come to their level is very, very important. I believe that when you have a certain idea about how you want to go or what you want to be like, it's something or it's someone who can actually talk to you or speak up to you from their level, from their perspective. So my idea for bringing up this show forward was to help all the students of Greenwich University understand and see that how well they can actually communicate, how well they can actually talk about different things. um, when we talk about reimagining education, I have always seen that students are the biggest pillar when it comes to reimagining education. And nothing can go around if you don't understand the basic quality of education and how it has to be. So for me to, bring so many people forward, I thought, why not actually ask the young entrepreneurs as well that come forward, show me what you've got. So I have a very young and a very interesting personality with me. He's going to join us shortly. In the meanwhile, I want you all to talk about or tell me about anything that you believe or you think that, is missing out, or you believe that no, I cannot actually have problems in my career, or suggestions that you want me to give. Because sometimes I believe that when people are here, I want them to understand this, I want them to connect to this level. So I have a very special guest with me as well today, Kumail Waqar. Hi Kumail, how are you? I hope you can hear me, Kumail. I guess Kumail has some problem with his internet, so we'll just, carry on and ask him to rejoin again. In the meanwhile, I was talking about, the career opportunities. As you know, Kumail actually holds a freelancing website where he has named Dollat, in which he has given different, students a very big platform where they all come and sit together, and they talk about things. They make sure that everything is going correctly. So that's how things are, and that's how we have, or people like us look at these students and they actually get inspired by it. And the biggest thing is that I believe that when you are going out of your circle, or if you're going even in a situation where you are completely new, uh, there are a lot of challenges. You face a lot of challenges. Somehow, I believe that that's the biggest thing that one can actually see. So, hi, Kumail. I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're back with us.
Yes,
Hi,
yes.
Kumail. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine as well. So, Kumail, welcome to Grant University's platform. I am so humbled and so proud of you, first of all, for achieving so much at a young age. Thank you so much for being a beacon of light for a lot of students out there. I really admire your effort that you're doing. You're actually giving employment, something that I believe that I couldn't do at the age of 25. So first of all, an 18-year-old and with such an amazing insight and some amazing, hiccups, or what should I say, different journey strategies that you've shown me. So if I talk about Kumail Waqar Jaffri, he is actually the founder and the CEO of Dollat. He's runner-ups in South Asia's largest entrepreneurial event, 14th edition of the Young Leaders Entrepreneurship Summit, YLES, by Lumps. Chairman of the Real Green Revolution and marketing executive of multiple NGOs supporting climate changes and minority rights. He's a team lead for incubation through Inspire, an initiative by Netzel Technologies. A levels from Beacon House College, certified trainee from LEAP, LEAP, that is Learn, Enhance, Actualized, face of multiple educational institutes and companies as their ambassador. So, a very young age and so much achieved, mashallah. So thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a journey, to say the least. It's been a journey, learning all of this, and
I know, I
everything. It's been a
definitely
journey.
agree. And I would say that everybody has a different set of journey with them. And especially coming from a young, what should I say, background, what I believe is, well, for me to see you, it's somehow a ray of light for my students. I can actually give you or quote you in front of them because I believe even when I was at your age, I used to say that, give me somebody who's my age and tell me their, possibilities. What could they do? So talk about it. Talk about your journey. Tell me, walk me through. How have you now become Kumail Waqar Jaffri, the person behind Dollat?
So it's as I'm gonna say, it's been a journey. I started off as a normal student in middle school that I knew what he wanted to do at that time. I was always, had that dream of working with cars because I don't know why, I had a certain interest in cars. So since sixth, seventh grade, I was like, okay, I'm gonna become an automobile engineer, and that's my field. That is what I love, and that is what I'm gonna do. But life gets you sometimes. So ending of eighth grade, it's O levels, and now I have to choose uh, where do I want to go, where what do I want to choose. And ये एक बड़ी common problem है कि parents force people and force the children and influence their decision over theirs. And that's what happened with me. I was forced to choose medical instead of going into engineering because I wasn't that good in maths. And my parents were like, it's easier, go do that. Then put yourself in a situation where you wouldn't be able to do what you want to do aage. I was quite mad at the time. I was like, मैं कर सकता हूँ, but end of the line, it's their choice, not mine. हर बच्चे के साथ ये केस होता है. So a 13, 14-year-old me choosing going ahead in O levels, taking pre-medical, it was a lot of ups and downs. I'm not gonna lie. Like I haven't done anything considerable in those 3 years than my like other students, my friends, and a lot of people. These guys have accomplished a lot in those 3 years. I know people that have literally made their own lives out of those 3 years in O levels. And I was just a normal kid hanging out with my friends, not bothering to study at all, and just enjoying my life. That was it. But in a certain aspect, that also played a role. Aage. So fast forward again 3 years, I went into A levels. Something in those vacations, sparked in me. It was like, कि यार सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, and why aren't you doing anything? Like हर कोई कुछ ना कुछ कर रहा है. There's something everyone's good at. What are you good at? गाड़ियों का बड़ा शौक था. पहले क्यों नहीं करा कुछ? अब तो चली गई opportunity. What's like you can't be depressed or anxious about that at all. कुछ choose करो और कुछ आगे जाके उसके लिए करो. So, I was talking to a couple of my friends this time, and we had these deep talks. उस वक्त के यार, where has life taken us? Like हम क्या करेंगे आगे? So, in one of those moments, I just made myself कि यार, जो opportunity आएगी ना, I'm gonna say yes to it. Like, there's a famous book called Say Yes to Everything. And like, मैंने पढ़ी नहीं है उसको, मगर I get the morale and the theme of the book, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say yes to every single opportunity that I get. A levels came, and I'm not gonna lie, in the 6 months, I have accomplished so much I haven't done throughout my O levels. Like उससे पहले भी इतना कुछ उन 6 महीनों में मैंने accomplish करा ना that made me Kumail Waqar Jaffri as I am right now. That set the basis for what I want to do आगे. Again, a pre-medical student. मैं जब भी कहीं जाता था किसी कॉमर्स की चीज में किसी entrepreneurship की चीज में बेहतर लाइक तुम क्या कर रहे हो यहाँ पे तुम्हारा क्या काम है मेडिकल पढ़ना है तुमने and I was always like नहीं यार something different something unique that fits both sides something medical something business something until may I realized that if there's not something that you want to do then you just go create it. And that's what I did. In my A-levels, I went into YLES. I had a couple of friends जो मेरे साथ अभी भी जो basically these guys are my partners in bringing up the business. And these guys, worked with me. हम लोग में से एक दो साइंस के बच्चे थे, बाकी कॉमर्स के बच्चे थे.
So I'm just gonna intrude here. I'm so sorry. This is
And
actually very
we worked
interesting.
together.
So I'm just gonna ask you that. So you
Hmm.
guys, a bunch of friends, all you go do YLES, and you discover something that is completely different to your field. and somehow you all end up, mashallah, making a career. It's somewhat looking like, the Facebook story as well. Mark Zuckerberg, as I can see him, like, how you actually explore. And sabse pehle, Kumail, I would actually commend you on giving the
Mhm.
biggest advice to say yes to everything, especially when you are struggling in your career. People set up their mark too fast. They don't understand that there has to be a time where you have to say yes. And then there comes a time when you look at your ideas and you look at your problems, and then you say, okay, fine, I can do this, I cannot do this. When you are experienced enough, right now I am almost 6 to 7 years in my career, and I believe that yes, now there's a time where I can actually put up my ideas. I wouldn't be doing it when I was 2 years in my career. This is something very, very important for every student out there. I want you to emphasize on this. I want you to talk about that. Why do you believe that saying yes was so important? And then we'll continue with your story.
Yeah. So, एक common मसला before saying yes. I know I have a lot of friends. I know people जो ये बड़ा आके मुझसे भी कहते हैं यार चलो yes बोल देंगे हम, अम्मा अब्बा नहीं मानेंगे, अम्मा अब्बा को कैसे कन्विंस करें, अभी तो हम छोटे हैं, हम क्या कर सकते हैं. this is this is the real case. If you can overcome this, yes कहना बिल्कुल भी मुश्किल नहीं है. I was scared myself. किसी भी चीज को किसी कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट करने, I was like यार हार जाऊंगा, यार बेइज्जती हो जाएगी, what I'm gonna do next, अगर कुछ समझ नहीं आया कैसे करूंगा. And that is the sole reason that stopped me from saying yes. ये excuses होती हैं that people make के I can't do that and that is the reason I can't do it. If you want to do something, you're gonna make time for it. And that is the real way and how you're going to say yes. अगर आप वो excuses को aside रख दो and you realize, all right, the only person making the difference and taking the charge is me, then I am going to be the person responsible and it is on me to say either yes or no. So that is the real no and how. अगर आपको करना है, you're going to do it yourself. Stop putting excuses on other people. Stop putting the excuses on situations. Like I can just tell, COVID की situation में, a lot of people came up to me and were like, यार COVID था, हम कुछ भी नहीं कर पाए. It's on you. I mean, I started my business in COVID. It wasn't कि अचानक से it just came up to me कि यार चलो ये अपने आप बन जाएगा. It was due to COVID. I said yes to working hard during these holidays, and I call them holidays because it was for me. I had time, all the time I needed in the world to make a business accomplished and make it stand on the ground. So it's just knowing when to say yes and stop putting excuses in front of you and just put it away. That is the real way and how you're going to say yes. जो लोग ऐसे नहीं करते, there's a lot of people that don't agree with my remarks that I'm saying right now कि यार नहीं, not everything should be told yes. For me, that is how I got to where I am. मैंने किसी भी I'm not good at maths, and there was this a national competition held for maths, and I was being the ambassador for it. And a lot of people were like कि यार ये तुम क्यों कर रहे हो, तुम्हें तो आती भी नहीं है. Because I said yes for it. I said yes कि I can do it, and then I participated and I talked to people and they were like यार इसको आता है, इसको जरूरत से ज्यादा आता है. There was a guy that said these इसको जरूरत से ज्यादा आता है. He's a good fit for this ambassadorship in this whole program, and I was selected as the
Wow.
ambassador. It's that simple. So
That's so huge. You have such a good, mashallah. I have to commend you on your spirit, Kumail. You have such a good work ethic. I love it. I'm actually very amazed to see somebody at your age. I can look at boys 30 to 40 years old still struggling understanding, oh, I'm such a baby. Honestly, I'm so sorry, I'm not using the right words, but I've seen it. I've seen men not owning up to what they can, because I believe the world is so open for men. If I look at myself, sometimes I get so restricted. I always tell it that men have thousands of opportunities. They just need to go for it. I totally agree to your point. I'm absolutely in awe to listen to a boy, especially I'm going to call you a boy because, okay, you are younger than me. That, you're so, mashallah, mashallah, I have to commend you. Your spirit is so high. And you know exactly that, yes, miss, I know that I cannot put up the excuse. This is a very huge point. Talking about, your situation with your friends. So when you guys went to YLES, how did it then afterwards take off?
So it was not just YLES. I'm going to start a bit before. So I had a friend, and we basically, the first ever competition I participated that was merely near the name entrepreneurship was one of inter-held competition of Beacon House. So I and my friend were like, "यार हमने कुछ भी नहीं करा है वो levels में. Let's actually do something this year." And not gonna lie, we weren't saying it that we were scared, but we were scared कि यार अगर कुछ हुआ नहीं तो क्या करें. But the best thing about it that he was confident he can do it and I was confident I can do it. And when two people are confident, there is no care in the world कि आप हारोगे जीतोगे वो मसला नहीं होता. And that is how we sat down. It was literally we were in a cafeteria and we were just eating, drinking some juice, and we talked. यार अच्छा अब competition आ रहा है, हम agree कर गए कि हमें participate करना है. अब क्या करें? सो उस मोमेंट पे द फर्स्ट रियलाइजेशन वाज कि करना भी हमें है. अब कर लिया है तो एक्सक्यूजेस भी नहीं बना सकते कि भाई अब क्या यार ये हमारी गलती नहीं थी, मैं तुमसे करना था तुमने कह दिया. दोनों करें, दोनों पैसे दिए, दोनों पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. So we sat down. It was a moment कि यार कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा. And then in a snap, we had an idea that was my business, it was my future business, and you're like, बस यही करना है. It was done and done in that moment. उसी के अगले 10 minutes में we decided a name. उसी के in the next like I would say 1 hour we had a complete team. We had an idea and we had like how we're going to go forward. We had a path. And that's one advice I want to give everyone. If you don't have the motivation, but you know the path, it's 50% already done for you. Path is what's also necessary when you're on the go. अगर path नहीं है और आपके पास motivation है, all right, you got something to back yourself on. But if you don't even have motivation, but you have a path, you can still think forward कि अच्छा यार चलो अगर अभी इतना नहीं कर सकता लेकिन इतना कर लूँ तो मतलब इतना हो जाएगा. So that's the path. And me and my friend, if I had motivation, he had the path. So we just interlinked and we're like, all right, we're gonna represent ourselves in BC. And we represented, of course, and it's not like we won. मैं जो competition में participate किया ऐसा नहीं मैं जीत गया. I lost in that. मगर the experience is what counts. I realized कि यार I've been studying medical for like past 3.5 years almost. मुझे मेरी स्पेशलिटी मेडिकल नहीं है. My mom and dad were wrong. I am not as good as I am in like entrepreneurship and speaking, public speaking, talking than I am in medical. तो that is where the first foot step off कि अच्छा यार ये हो सकता है, ये एक फील्ड एग्जिस्ट करती है. Then came YLES, where and the best thing about it, the people in YLES, my teammates, were basically the other contestants of the team participating in BEC. So that was something that we were all different teams. Not it wasn't like a baki sab ek team mein the. Everyone was different. It was me and then my other person was different, other person was different. So it was just meant to be. I took the first step. I basically, it's like, there's a lot of sayings that आप अपना फ्यूचर खुद बनाते हैं, ठीक है, देर से आए दुरुस्त आए, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. सो एट दैट पॉइंट वी डिडंट नो हम एक साथ टीम में साउथ एशिया के सबसे बड़े कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे होंगे. अ कपल ऑफ बॉयज just having fun and participating and ending up winning. And in that point right now are like literally I talk to people and they say यार तुम 17-18 साल के नहीं हो, तुम नहीं लगते. Like talk the way you know things, नहीं जानते तुम, ऐसे नहीं हो सकते. So that was just the beginning of YLES. And then in YLES was just a completely different experience. Like कभी कभार आपको लगता है कि ये आपकी हार्ड वर्क भी थी, उसके अलावा कोई आपको पीछे से हेल्प कर रहा था, because the things that happened over there were quite unexpected. Like
Actually, Kumail, I'm sorry I'm cutting you out today, but what I really believe is that it's the spirit in you that the power above seas. I always believe your intentions, the purity of your intentions, leads you way, way beyond. If you have a clear path, and I first of all I commend you again that you know that knowing a path is so important. I believe if people don't know, there are a lot of students still struggling, and we will be talking about this very very sensitive topic as well. That not always you can actually select somebody's else's career choice as your, because it's not always what you're meant to be. You yourself know who you are. You yourself know what you're capable of.
exactly.
To definitely, I agree to your point that there's a whole different opportunity. There's a whole different world if you only believe in yourself. If you take the right decision at the right time.
Exactly.
Tuman, talking about Dollat, like your whole initiative, I want you to tell us in detail. How did you all youngsters, come up with this? Mashallah, now you guys are giving employments. You are one of the part of, our society. You're actually helping in bettering Pakistan as well in its freelance as well. So talk about Dollat. How has it been and what has
So
this journey been like?
I'll give a bit of introduction of Dollat. So Dollat is Pakistan's first and most accessible freelancing website. The idea was that Pakistan has a very small ratio of growth in the e-commerce section. And पूरी दुनिया में there's this e-commerce section that is crazy growing, like exponentially going throughout up tak. And this is like 4 years, 3 years back the time the stats I'm talking about. So we sat down with like, yaar, why isn't the same trend in Pakistan? Pakistan ki community ऐसी नहीं है that they're dumb. Pakistan community is probably one of the most intelligent communities around the world. So why isn't this something that our youth can also focus on? That was my number one thing. I wanted to benefit the youth. I wanted to play my part in benefiting Pakistan's youth. That is why one of the main morals and aims of Dollat was to benefit the youth. It was for the youth, made by the youth. That was the main thing that we were focusing about. So it's all based around the model of how could you know the youth. Now the best advantage I had was I was in the generation I was talking about. तो आई नो कि क्या मसले होते हैं, कैसे मसले होते हैं, लड़कों को क्या चाहिए होता है, बच्चों को मतलब क्या अच्छा लगता है, एंड हाउ कैन दे गो फॉरवर्ड विद इट. तो दौलत का एम वाज था टू बी फॉर पाकिस्तान, टेलर मेड बाय पाकिस्तानीज. That was the real aim of Dollat. And we were, I literally thank Allah that we were so I talk about inches. There were days when it was like minutes का difference था, and we would have had bigger problems than ever. ऐसे scenarios थे. मगर again, our determination, our expectations, our work paid off. It always does. Like थोड़े टाइम बाद बेशक, but कभी कभी कुछ लोगों के जल्दी हो जाता है, कुछ लोगों के बाद में work pay off होता है. But it always does. Patience is the key. And I knew that, and that is just giving it out to my team के guys, आराम से, सुकून से, होगा, अभी नहीं हो रहा, हो जाएगा. Like when we started off, so Dollat came into being in August, first time. So we came into August, and then foreign aate we faced like सबसे बड़ी problem we faced कि guys, we're youngsters, half of us are not even 18 yet, including me. We're not even 18 yet. So our business is not technically registered. So if there's a not registered business and it's right now physically operating, there's like millions of problems, not just from the government, but like har jagah se. Google is a completely different, like if I talk in the government aspect, Google is a completely different government. So is Aapka Pakistani government that operates in a different scale. That was the number one problem we faced. And a couple of teenagers sitting on this video chat right now like that, we talked it out and found a solution. Kis tarah one problem can counter both the solutions, and that ended up us releasing Dollat on Defense Day, September. And that, since then it's been crazy blowing up. Like we had about 400 freelancers across Pakistan. We have
Wow.
ambassadors representing our company that are based in Peshawar, Islamabad, Lahore, Karachi, Multan, and they're sitting based under people that are here in Karachi. That's the best thing. That this
Oh,
quarantine and this COVID has put us in a new situation, that this connectivity is what's the now, what's the like हमारा after यही है. That is what we're learning. So the experiences has, like I have clients who are from UK, who are from Australia, who are from US, and it's just expression of talking to them when they tell you, all right, I didn't expect you were this young. And when they just hear that we're this young and we have something so big, they're like, guys, I'm just gonna work with you even more. Because it just gives me an opportunity to learn as well. तो अगेन a lot of people say, guys, कितना पैसा आ रहा है. ये सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन ये होता है जब भी मैं कितने मेरे दोस्त को बताता हूँ किसी को कितना पैसा आ रहा है. And that's the question I tell people not to focus on. Right now, I am earning money. I can tell that I'm earning money. Our company is earning money. But money is not the case. Case is to create awareness. Case is to create a blueprint that other entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs can follow. And I am so glad that I'm able to do it. I have friends, I have young people that I know are following my footsteps. They're going participating in the competition, not just from my own college, but people I know around Karachi are trying to do it, are trying to accomplish something कि यार ये कर सकते हो तो मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता. सब तो सेम है, हम सब सेम है. ट्राई करने में क्या जा रहा है. That is the one point I want to focus on a lot. ट्राई करने में क्या जा रहा है? हार जाओगे, नहीं हो पाएगा, maximum that's gonna happen. But if it actually does happen, then you're just set for life.
So I'm
And
talking about your idea of taking risk and going for it and not actually stopping oneself. First of all, you were got your schooling done from a very good school as well. You were actually part of the opportunities that are given to, because I believe that the students who have a good schooling system, they always have a very strong approach towards different opportunities because they can see and their horizon actually grows up.
no.
Talk about the students who don't. How do we build up the students that you have people from Peshawar? I am sure there are going to be different students even right now from Karachi as well with you. How do you build them up? What are the basics that you believe that while taking this risk is very important?
So, talking about the aspect that there's a lot of students who don't get the same opportunity as me, which I completely agree on. The students that don't, have the exposure that they need and to just experience. People wouldn't even know this field exists because this
Yeah,
is type created around them by our parents and everyone that guys से दो तरह के field है, engineering है और medical है, बस यही करो. And
true,
a lot of people don't have the facilities to access the world around them.
true,
So for me, the best way to do it is to do it by person to person. Because I've seen people जिनसे मैं ऐसी बात करूँ, they're like government का काम है. Guys, we're the people that first of all elected to the government. Second of all, we are humans as well. We have hands, we have things we could do. So why not put your part in it? Make a difference one by one. There's a saying that even one man can make a difference. So why don't you make a difference yourself? Go stand. Like I went to a school basically to help the underprivileged students, just teaching them small stuff. So why don't you go there and talk to them, tell them, explain to them? You don't need to be a special kind of human to do that. You're a human, they're a human. Why don't you put your knowledge to their knowledge and talk it out? Tell them, explain to them, give them the same opportunity you had. मैंने भी किसी ऐवे ही नहीं कर लिया, मैंने सीखा चीजों से. I learned from Google, I learned from my mentors, I learned from people around me. So why don't you take that knowledge and give it to the person next to you? And from
true.
that, how it's not going to happen instantly, but over time, it's going to help like everyone, like the underprivileged students, people that don't have a path, people that don't have motivation. In the end, it's going to help everyone. So why don't you just help the next person next to you? Help the person next to you. That's the main answer I can give to you. That अगर दूसरे बंदे को सामने हेल्प करोगे ना, वो किसी और की हेल्प करेगा, वो बंदा किसी और की हेल्प करेगा, and the cycle is going to keep on going. And
That's a
that's
very, very
everyone.
big. I'm so sorry I'm cutting you out, but I have to say that this is a very, very big leadership quality in you that you don't even understand right now. To actually, have a shared leadership model. That's how you go. That's how a leader is. A leader is somebody who knows that I can actually make a difference by actually empowering others. If I don't empower, if I don't put my knowledge into different people, I would never show off as the person who I am today. Kumail, first of all, you are a bundle of excitement, and I love the fact that you're so full of thoughts and full of ideas. I really, really congratulate you on the initiative that you've taken, and mashallah, now you're going forward with it. You're earning. Your friends are actually. I'm really happy that you have a good friend circle as well. Kumail, talk about friend circle. How much do you believe that a friend circle can develop you or can stop you? Because I believe that we don't understand this and we understand it at a very, very old age. So I want you to talk about this.
Yeah. So एक बड़ी चीज है life. In life, there's one thing very important. And it's just not me. It's by very a lot of influencers say this, a lot of writers say this. You need to surround yourself with successful people if you want to succeed. And that's one thing I go on. अगर आप right mindset के लोगों से अपने आप को surround करोगे ना, trust me, automatically you're gonna have the right mindset as well. If you surround yourself with motivated people, you're gonna have instant motivation. If you surround yourself with people that don't have motivation, just want to be lazy 24/7 and don't want to do anything in your life, then unconsciously, even you wanting to do it, it will have a toll on you. And sometimes when you're in like feeling down and you want to do something, you wouldn't have the motivation to do it. Because आपके friends जो हैं, these guys are literally one of those people that are going to get you through out of a lot of things. Like if I talk about Wiley S, so one thing that happened that was one of the highlights of the whole competition was We arrived in Lams 24 hours late. So the competition was going to start on 26 December. We arrived 26 December 12 p.m. The competition had started. Our team arrived 26 December 11 p.m. and 10 p.m. is almost a curfew in Lams. And just seeing that, I was frustrated. I was like, nahi ho payega, guys, हम already disadvantaged में हमारे rounds निकल गए. There's no way possible we're gonna win it. And then there was my team. They were like, Kumail, relax करो, सांस लो, हो जाएगा. Just know what you need to say, and inshallah अपने आप ही हमारा round आएगा. And there was no chance in, like, literally in the world that we're gonna get that round. We came in Lams, हमने बात करी एक दो लोगों से, like कब का खत्म हो गया. I mean, जो लोग लेट आए थे उनका भी खत्म हो गया. There's no way possible you're gonna get it. And then I don't know how a miracle happened, and somehow we were told, इनको follow करो, ये तुम्हें एक जगह लेके जा रहे हैं. And we followed them, and they took us to a couple of judges, and we were like, guys, prepare करो, 5 मिनट बाद तुम्हारी बारी है. Like, okay, wow. And that was the basic round of idea then that made Dollat what it is now. If we wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, if we were like, bhai, hum isko kyun follow kare? Nahi, hum nahi kar rahe. If we wouldn't have asked around for opportunities, we wouldn't have been there. Hum nahi accomplished kar pata. I wouldn't have been there. My team wouldn't have been there. And I still say thank you to my team that they were like confident, ho jayega, ho jayega. At that point, I had lost hope. We were like, nahi possible hai, guys, ho hi nahi sakta. And that's the
Exactly.
point. You surround yourself with friends who are, if not similar to you, then have the strengths that you have as weaknesses. Means if I can panic quickly, then you need to have friends that are very calm, that have the strengths as you have weaknesses. So it's just a complete team. It's interlinked, and then आपको कभी मसला नहीं होगा. And that's one good thing about my team. I don't know
I
one
would
thing. You
definitely,
can
I
definitely
would
have
definitely commend you on the fact that Kumail, first of all, you've actually given us some of how a team is. That you need to build each other up. You need to have your confidence in your team as well shows in you, right? If you didn't have the confidence in them, I don't think so they would have been here, with you, because that's how everything works out. We need to build each other up. And I believe that you've given a very, very excellent, example with your personal experience as well to show all the students out there that if you will surround yourself with the right people, you will get the right solution. If you don't, then you don't accept or expect anything from anyone to, go for you and do for you. Uh, Kumail, thank you so much for your time. Time went by with you, and I am really, really in awe. And I would definitely be making you a part of our panel as well, where you sit and talk and reflect about it with young entrepreneurs, make different opportunities work out. I really appreciate, and if you can actually, collaborate with our university students as well, I'm more than happy to welcome you. Please do come and collaborate, and we'll see if what if our business students can help you out or you can help them. So
sure.
thank you so much.
I also just put this one line in that I love to help people out, and my company offers opportunities to people. As a tagline goes, creating endless possibilities. So for all the students that are watching and seeing this, and whoever this is getting to, um, take every opportunity that comes. Go ahead with it. डरोगे नहीं तो हो जाएगा. डरना is
That's
one that's going to make you lose.
That's so
So
true. And
go for it.
so, how was
And
your experience with Greenwich University live shows, Kamal?
yeah, it's
Any
just
last word that you will sign off with?
um, the last line I would like to say is that, guys, best of luck. Be confident, not just for others, but for yourself. Be confident about yourself. And that's how you can win everything and anything that comes in your way. Right? Thank you, Sundar. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so
And
much.
hopefully we'll be in contact. And anyone from your university that wants to get in contact with me, we have a lot of opportunities for youngsters, internships, and a lot of things like that. So just get in contact with Sundar or me and anyone, and we'll surely try to help you guys out with anything and type of anything you would need.
Thank you so much, Kubail, for giving us your time. I really, really appreciate you coming forward and giving us very good insights, very true insights as well, that can actually help people and help the generation going forward in their careers. So this was Kumail Waqar, and I believe that what I have learned today is age is just a number. Age is completely just a number. It is nothing to do with who you are or what you are. It's actually something way much more ingrained into you. And when it comes to people, when it comes to situations, what I have believed is the person who's out there and who wants to do something, and who has the will to do something will always win. So just have the will, go forward. Do not get imposed by your career. Do not select someone else's career opportunity as yours. Go out, explore, waste 1 year if you want to, waste few years if you want to, but do not settle until you don't understand or until you don't get the calling inside that yes, this is for me. That's my whole idea for reimaging education all this December as well, to make you guys understand that how much it's important for you to build on your careers. If you have any queries, any what should I say, conversations you want to talk about, we have our Greenwich University email, we have our number, and you can register at Greenwich University if you want to avail any courses from our faculty. This is me, Sindhu Sanwar, signing off with the opportunity that you all will definitely go out, listen to this, and give us the feedback and make me understand that what I can actually bring forward. You asked for a young entrepreneur, I gave you one. So I'll be waiting for more feedback. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And with this thought that if you have a will, there's a way. I'm signing off, Sindhu Sanwar. Allah Hafiz.